Okay, so we're sitting up tall.
No, that's why I didn't share.
Is anything all right? Fold, come on forward. Fold in the hips, straight spine. Let the lower back and sacrum relax. Press the crown of your head away from the tailbone. Breathe. Good. We'll all bring our hands up onto our knees. Bring your elbows to your sides. Press forward. Press down. Lift the manubrium at the top of the sternum and come all the way up. That was fun. Would you please step your right foot forward? We're going to hinge in the hip. So right here where the leg and the pelvis join, we're going to fold. Start by paying attention to the alignment of the torso. Maintain that. Press the crown of the head away from the tailbone as you go. If you want to touch the floor, don't reach for it. We don't want to compromise the spine, but instead we want to fold so deeply in the hip that the hands just automatically, with very little effort, eventually touch the floor. If they don't quite get there, come up until your leg is straight. Put your hands on your leg. Give the spine some support. And lengthen the spine always. And as you lengthen the spine, you may begin to feel that you get an even deeper stretch on the hamstring. Good. We'll bring both hands onto the left knee. We'll press forward with the left hand pressed down. Inhale. Come on up. Good. Let's go ahead, step that foot back, and take the left foot forward. Toes are pointing up to the ceiling. The spine is well aligned. We hinge in the hip, folding forward. So last week, I received from someone in this room, who I don't see right now, an article about Joan Baez and what keeps her moving in 77.
Oh, yeah.
And she mentions both yoga and the go play method, which we've talked about in this class.
Oh, yeah. I brought you that article.
Oh, there you are. I was looking for it.
Oh.
Everybody, the crown of everybody's head looks alike. Okay, bring both hands up onto your right knee. Would you press forward, press down, inhale, come up. It's a great article.
What?
Yeah, it's a good article. Step the foot back, thank you.
Oh.
Would you please shake both legs? That's kind of good.
I'd love to see it. Where was it?
Go
Go
in
in
the
the
IJ
IJ and look for Joan Baez.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good article.
It's
It was
not
a good
Tuesday,
article.
but the
So we're
18th.
sitting all the way back in the chair. Separate your knees, okay? We're sitting tall and, again, hinging in the hip. Come on forward. You can hold on to the chair and help pull yourself forward if you'd like. Come so far forward that you can reach down and hold on to the legs of the chair. Make sure your elbows are in the inner upper groin. Press the elbows into the flesh of the inner groin until you feel that the two have become one. I call it marrying the flesh. Okay? So, and then use the elbows to press out toward the knee. Press your heels to the floor and just adjust the tailbone a little bit. Lift it a little bit. And then, using the arms only, try to lift up the chair. You won't be able to do that, but you'll pull yourself farther forward. Once you're as far forward as you can go, pay attention to the spine once again. Press the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Press the elbows out toward the knee. If the body gives you more space, adjust your stance so the toes are pointing in the same direction as the knees. Good, we're going to release all tension. We'll step the feet together a little bit, just to take the pressure off. Bring your hands up onto your knees. Keep your elbows at your side. Press forward, press down, lift the manubrium, and come all the way up. Good. We'll step the feet together, and we'll come near the front of the chair once again. Take your arms down to your sides. Roll your left shoulder forward. Lift it. Roll it back. Let it drop. Roll your right shoulder forward. Lift it. Roll it back. Let it drop. Separate under the elbows. And let the hands drop. Separate the elbows. With the arm in that position, straighten the arms. Spin the palms to face up. As you do that, go slow. As you do that, feel how the shoulder blades roll down your back to allow the palms to spin. And then if you would please, take the arms all the way up. Keep the shoulders wide. Go as far as you can go. If only one arm goes there, take one arm up. Let the other one try to get there. And we're going to go ahead now and elevate the shoulder blades. And we're going to press them. And we're going to elevate and depress and elevate and depress. Reaching out to the sides. Take the arms all the way down. Take them back as well. Kind of squeeze the shoulder blades together a bit as you take the arms all the way down to your sides. Wow. Feels kind of good, huh?
Yeah.
You went the whole way. When did that happen?
I've been working on it.
You have been. Wow. That was amazing. I just suddenly realized it. The whole thing.
I've known to do it a couple times.
Well, don't irritate. Don't irritate.
No, I know.
Stand there as you can. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring your right hand up. Put it right here with the shoulder and the chest joined. All right, and then take the right arm or left arm forward. Reach into the center of the room. Let the chest really soften in there. Really get that to soften. While you're out there, would you go ahead and supinate the hand? As you do that, bring the elbow towards the center line. And then relax those muscles again. And let's go back out. And let's go back in, bringing it in toward the center line slightly. So the elbow appears to be right in the very center line of the body. And go back out. Okay, and one more time. Go all the way in. And out we go. And if you would please now, once again, reach into the center of the room, protract the shoulder blade. Retract the shoulder blade. Protract the shoulder blade. Retract the shoulder blade. Protract the shoulder blade. Allow the chest to lengthen. Allow the back to lengthen. And while you're there, begin to take the arm out to the side. Try to keep the whole saddle of the shoulder open. Okay? And then when you're right in line with the shoulder, reach farther out. And while you're reaching way, way, way out there, see if you can feel the stretch. See if you can feel the shoulder opening. And now I'd like you to retract the shoulder blade to take the arm back as far as you can take it back without turning the torso. Go back and back and back and back and back. And once you get back as far as you can go, reach a little farther back and begin to make a big half circle with the arm. Keep the space open. Allow the shoulder blade to protract so that the shoulder feels very open now. Okay, bend the elbow. You want it to appear to be a half circle. And then we'll inhale and go up. Feel your shoulder blade moving as you do that. We'll exhale and come down. Go as fast as you'd like. And we'll go the whole way up. Reach way up. Reach way out. Reach way back. Make it a really big gesture. Take the arm all the way down to your side. And then when you're down, roll the shoulder forward, lift it, roll it back, let it drop. Left fingertips. Did we get it? Are we happy? We're happy now. Would you please take the arm forward, and protract the shoulder blade. Reach into the center of the room. Feel how these muscles open. And now feel how those muscles react and work as you supinate the hand and bring the elbow toward the center line. This is an important movement later on. Okay? And then we're going to pronate once again. And reaching out, we'll supinate. See if you can get these muscles to relax enough to move that arm across the body a little bit. And go back. And once again. And here we'll have the palm facing the center line. And once again, we will retract or protract the shoulder blade. Taking the arm as far forward, taking the fingertips as far forward as you can. And now we're going to retract the shoulder blade. And we'll protract it. And we'll retract it. We'll protract it, keeping the chest open, keeping the whole saddle of the shoulder open. Begin to move the arm out to the side. Keep stretching out to the side. When you're right in line with the shoulder, reach out a little bit farther. And now, retract the shoulder blade, taking the arm back as far as it will go, allowing the chest to stretch as much as possible. Go back and back and back. Try not to do any of these funny contortions, but instead just go straight back. Go as far as you can go, and then sending the fingertips away from you. Make a big half circle. Really big half circle. And then we're going to inhale up. And we'll exhale down. And we'll inhale up. Exhale down. You can go as fast as you'd like. Feel the shoulder blade. Feel how the arm moves. Feel how the muscles on the torso react. We'll take the arm all the way up. We'll straighten the arm. And as we take the arm down, we will reach way up, elevating, and then taking the arm out to the side. We'll take it back as far as we can as we bring it down. It's a really big gesture, and we'll take the arm all the way down to our side. And then we'll roll the shoulder forward. We'll lift it, roll it back, we'll let it drop. Great. Take both hands down to your sides.
So, ultimately, this should remain soft
Open.
through the whole thing.
Well, there are times when it engages. You can feel where it engages.
Yeah.
But if it grips,
Yeah.
then when we do this, take your hands together like so.
Yeah.
And let's come out bringing the elbows together at shoulder height. Now, you can feel that you're squeezing in here, right? And those muscles are reacting. That's okay. So we're going to keep the elbows together, and we're going to supinate. And now we're going to try to soften the chest in order to allow the elbows to stay together as you reach out into the center of the room with straight arms. Keep the chest soft. Try to keep those muscles in the chest soft. You're going to want to react by tightening up, and they will a little bit, but then see if you can relax them so that you can continue to keep those elbows together. Great. And now we're going to come back up, and we'll say a little prayer. Thank God that's over. And we'll just take the hands all the way down, and out you go. So that's, now you understand how, in order to bring those elbows together, the back has to really protract. And this has to soften enough to allow that movement coming in. Okay? So, you're using the root of the arm to affect motion in the arm. Okay? You can feel all the muscles of the root of the arm working to do that. All right. We'll take our arms down to our sides. Now that you have that openness, this will be fun. You ready? Go ahead, separate your elbows. Straighten your arms. Begin to take the arms up, let them spin. Take the arms back as you take them up. Really open the chest. Go all the way up. Go way up. Elevate the shoulder blade. Drop your hands down behind your head. Use the shoulder blades now to pull the elbows apart and to take the hands apart. And at shoulder height, straighten the arms. And down you go. So now we're going to inhale up. And we'll exhale down. And we'll inhale up. And a couple of more times. Inhale as you go up. Exhale as you come down. Inhale as you go up. And we'll exhale as we go down. Good. And roll your shoulders forward, lift them, roll them back, let them drop. So, the more freedom we have in the hips, the more freedom we have in the shoulder, the more protected the spine is. The muscles of the arms and the legs are long and flexible, the more protected the spine is. The more protected the neck is, the more protected the lower back is. Okay, if the muscles are really tight and you go to bend forward, all of a sudden you round your back and then you go, oh, I just leaned over to pick up a sheet of paper, and guess what? My back went out. And that's why, because you just don't have the flexibility in the muscles and the movement in those elements in the body that allow you to move with freedom when you do those things. Okay, so take the arms forward. Bring your knees together, and this time we're going to pronate until we're thumbs down. We're going to have the arms about shoulder width apart, and we're going to protract the shoulder blades. And we're going to inhale as we go up, and we'll exhale as we come down. Go as fast as you'd like. Inhale through the nostrils, exhale through pursed lips. And let's go all the way up. Spin the palms to face each other. That's supinating the arm. And let's go ahead, reaching out to the side, reach back. Take the arms down. Make it a really big, 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 big gesture. Take it all the way down. Thank you. Good. Separate your knees. Take the arms forward. Cross at the wrist. Remember what we did? Try to keep the elbows together. So try to roll the elbows together. Externally rotate the arm. All right? And then reaching out, inhale, go up. And exhale, down you go. Go as fast as you'd like. And we'll go the whole way up. And as we take the arms down, we'll reach back. We'll reach out, open the heart, open the chest. Take the arms all the way down. And when they're all the way down, we'll reach the arms forward once again. Cross at the wrist. If you didn't change the cross, do it now. Okay? Roll the elbows together by supinating the arm and hand, or trying to. And then reaching out, up you go, and down you go. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And we're going to go the whole way up. Separate your arms, and reaching out. We'll take the arms all the way down, bring them all the way down to your sides. Good. Would you roll the shoulders forward, lift them, roll them back, let them drop. So now that the back feels pretty warm, we can begin to work on the spine. The arms are moving pretty independently at the back. Okay? So now we're going to use the arms, we're going to use the muscles that line the spine in order to further soften the spine. Okay? You ready? We'll start by just bending our elbows. That's easy, huh? Now, pay attention to the space between your hands. Keep your head right in the center between the two hands. So we want to be right in the center line. Turn only in the waist as far as you can go. Come back to the center. Maintaining those relationships, turn to the left. Come back to the center. Turn to the right. Come back to the center. Turn to the left. Come back to the center. Isn't that fun? Now, we're going to open the hands by retracting the shoulder blades. So they don't go very far, do they? Go ahead, go back again. Now, retract the shoulder blades. And there is a different angle here. At that angle, pull the elbows back behind you. Press the elbows down, pull the elbows back. Okay, give the chest a great opening here. Breathe up into the upper part of the chest. Squeeze back as firmly as you can comfortably. Would you please mildly antevert the pelvis, roll the top of the pelvis forward, lift the chest a little bit more, and pull back even harder. Press the elbows down at the same time. And release. We'll take the arms straight up in front of us like so. We'll make a tight fist. We're going to bend the elbows to 90 degrees on either side, keeping the forearms parallel to each other. And now retracting the shoulder blades, we're going to give a good heave back. Go back as far as you can go. Now, once again, roll the pelvis forward. Lengthen the front of the spine. Lay the head back to look up. Pull the elbows back as firmly as you can. Allow the head to drop back now. Put your tongue behind your jaw. Press the jaw toward the ceiling. Breathe through your mouth. Now, while you're back there, lift the shoulders against the back of the skull. Give the muscles at the base of your neck a very deep squeeze. Squeeze as firmly as you can. Don't give yourself a headache. And release.
I heard bell.
Yeah, you did. It's not my fault. Somebody tried to ding me over there. I don't know who's dinging me over there. Actually, it's my fault. I didn't turn my phone off. Bad me. Anyhow. Huh?
It was an angel getting their wings.
That's all right. Okay. So, we got your neck, we got your back. Let's go for a little bit of a back arch. Very simple one now. Hold on to the seat or the legs in the chair, whatever. Okay, make sure you don't pull yourself over onto your neck. Okay, so you really have to antevert the pelvis and press the hips back. Okay, so you're really deepening that fold there as you roll the hips forward, and then from that stability of the sit bones, you begin to lengthen the front of the spine. You don't go very far. Go as far as you can go comfortably. Allow the head and neck to roll back with a very straight neck. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And now, if you want to, you can drop your head back, but don't be extreme about it. Really retract the shoulder blades so you feel as though you're pressing the whole spine toward the center of the body. And now we're going to release. We'll settle the pelvis back into a neutral position, and we'll allow the rest of the spine to come back to a normal position. Okay. So, we're going to stretch the back. Sit all the way back in the chair. We're going to roll forward. Now, pay attention to your back as you do this, okay? No heroics here. If you feel that you're getting into an area that doesn't feel right, don't go any farther. Stop at that point. Wait for everybody else to complete the pose, and we'll all come out together. Roll forward. If you can, hold on to the legs of the chair. Your spine right now should be approximately perpendicular or parallel to the floor. Drop the head forward. Tuck the chin into the suprasternal knot. Swallow and relax the throat. Create a chin lock. And now, in the area of the solar plexus, begin to draw the energy toward the backbone, creating what is called Uddiyana Bandha, and allow that to draw the whole torso forward. Now, while you're there, hold firmly onto the chair to hold that. Pull all of the muscles of the lower abdomen up toward the sacrum. Try to lift the chair up. Take your elbows under your knees, press up against the knee, roll forward a little bit more, stretching your back. From the sacrum, through the lower back, through the middle back, through the upper back, all the way up into the neck. And now we're going to release all of the tension. Lay the backs of your hands against the floor. Begin to pull the hands forward until you go all the way out, turning on the fingertips, so the fingertips are now down on the floor. Drop the head as much between the arms as you can. Keep the head and neck in line with the arms to the extent that you can. Lift the sacrum. Begin to lift the lower back. Come into the lowest part of the rib cage, the upper ribs, the neck, the head. Go all the way up. Spin the palms to face each other. And we'll take the arms all the way down. Whew. So the back moves in a whole lot of different directions, huh? It's kind of fun. I like it. Come to the front of the chair. Now the spine moves this way also. It's not a great deal, but it does move somewhat. Okay? And to experience that, we'll come forward. Come as far forward as you can comfortably. If your hands are on your ankles, that's fine. If they're on the floor, that's fine. Come as far forward as you can. Now swing the torso over to the right. If you can bring your hands to either side of the right foot, that's great. While you're there, begin to lengthen the spine and see if you can look back to find your tailbone. Turn the head and neck. Go as far as you can. And we're going to come back to the center now. And now we're going to go over to the left. If your hands are on your ankles, just put both hands on the left ankle. Your hands are on the floor, that's great. Now, continue to lengthen the spine and then try to look back towards your tailbone. Turn the head and neck. Go as far as you can comfortably. And let's come all the way back to the center. Take a deep inhalation. Exhaling, would you please go to the right and look back. Keep the sit bones as stable as you can. Inhaling, come back to the center. Exhaling, go to the left. Look back. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, go over to the right. Look back. Inhaling, come to the center. Exhaling, go over to the left. Look back. Inhale, come into the center. Bring both hands up onto your knees. We're going to press forward, press down, inhale. Come on up. Good. Let's go ahead and just fold forward again. If you can't make it to the floor, keep your hands on your knees. Keep the spine well aligned. If you're touching the floor, that's great. If not, don't worry about it. Now, if you would please inhale the left hand up into the center of the room and reach as far as you can. Exhaling, take that arm down. Inhale up the right hand, reach as far as you can into the center. And exhale, down you go. Please inhale up the left. Stop there for a moment. Make sure the right sit bone is well positioned on the chair. That's going to be your stable point. Away from that, move the left fingertips as far toward the center of the room as you can. Try not to crowd your ear, but give a good long stretch from the right sit bone to the left fingertips. And exhaling, down you go. And now we're going to inhale up the right. We'll reach into the center of the room. Stabilize the left sit bone. Press the left foot down to the floor. Press the left sit bone back a little bit. And away from that stable point, reach as far as you can toward the center of the room. So you're reaching diagonally across the spine. Go as far as you can. And then on an inhalation, prepare to take your arm down, and as you take the arm down, exhale. Inhale up the left and reach. Exhale, down you go. Inhale up the right and reach. And exhale, down you go. Bring your hands up onto your knees, everybody. Your elbows are near your sides. You're going to press forward, press down. Inhale, come on up. Whew. So now we're going to begin to examine the movement of the pelvis. And to do that, just put your hands on your knee. And let's rock the left side of the pelvic structure forward. So we're going to antevert on the left. We're going to really exaggerate the anteversion on the left side. And then we're going to drop back. We'll do the same thing here on the right. And rock back. As you rock, you can feel how the relationships in the sit bones change with the chair. As you rock forward on one side, you almost feel like you're getting a little bit taller. And then you drop back. And you do the same thing again on the right. Just go back and forth a couple of times. Try not to turn the head and neck. You know, the same thing when we were turning in the waist, we kept everything neutral except the movement that we were doing in the waist. Well, now we're doing the same thing. We're moving the pelvic structure, and we're seeing how that subtle movement in the pelvic structure begins to rotate us to the opposite side. When the left side comes forward, you turn automatically slightly to the right. When the left side drops back, you come into a neutral position, and taking the right side forward, you turn very gently to the left. And we come back. So they're not big movements. Okay? Do this again. Bring the hands up. Notice how far you move when you turn. Just go as far as you can. Keep the head right in the center. Come back to the center and go to the left. And come back and go to the right. And we'll come back. We'll go to the left. We'll come back to the center. Drop your hands. Now the other element, of course, that moves is the neck. We rotate around the axis of the neck. So keeping the chin in a neutral position. A lot of times when people turn, the first thing they do is jump the chin forward. So I'm just encouraging you to keep the chin, keep the head in a neutral position, and then turn to the right. Come back to the center and turn to the left. Come back to the center, turn to the right. Come back to the center, we'll turn to the left. Come back to the center. Wasn't that easy? So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put all of those movements together. And let's, just for the heck of it, start from the top down. You ready? It'll be kind of fun. All right? So turn your head to the right. Now, rotating in the waist, turn the torso to the right. Take your left hand, put it on the outside of your right knee. Take your right hand, reach behind you. And now, rock the left side of the pelvis forward. You're going to be turning a whole lot more. And now, find the core in the abdominal areas and strengthen it so that the spine is going to remain neutral. There's a very gentle curve there. We want to maintain that curve as we try to turn a little bit farther. Go as far as you can comfortably without creating tension anywhere. return to a neutral position. Okay, so we're now going to turn the head over to the left. And now we'll turn the waist. Try not to bring the pelvic structure into the movement yet. And while you're there, take your right hand, put it on your left knee, the outside of your left knee. Take the left hand, reach to the back or the side of the chair. Now bring the right side of the pelvis forward, turn a little bit more. And before you try to go any farther, take your awareness into the core of the abdominal area, the lumbar region of the spine. Strengthen that. Once it's strengthened, using all of those principles that we've talked about, rolling the pelvis a little farther forward, turning a little bit more in the waist, a little bit more in the neck, go as far as you can go. Good. Let's go ahead and release all effort. Stay there for a moment. And then just allow everything to return to a neutral position. So if you start from the base up, it feels a little bit different. Okay? So take the left side of the pelvis forward, turn in the waist, put your left hand on the outside of your right knee, take your right hand, reach behind you to the back of the side of the chair, turn in the waist, turn in the head and neck, strengthen the core and go a little bit farther. And let's return to a neutral position.
I feel like I can go farther when we start from the bottom.
I've always felt that too. I feel that even when I'm not warmed up. Okay, I mean, you know, it's hard to do this to make a comparison when you've already warmed up doing it once.
Yeah.
But my experience has always been that when I really pay attention and move from the pelvis first, then I feel like I'm propelling emotion that can go deeper. And why that is, who knows? It just feels that way to me. Okay, but you see how valuable the flexibility in the pelvic structure is when you're doing a simple thing like reaching for something. Okay, or when you're driving your car and you want to look back behind you, you know, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be doing that. Okay, and that really started right here in the pelvis. So let's go ahead. We'll do this we'll start with the right side of the pelvis now, and we'll roll it forward, turn, take the right hand to the outside of the left knee, turn the waist, turn the head and neck. Now, find that abdominal core and strengthen it. Turn a little bit farther. And releasing, come all the way back to a neutral position. So, a little Godzilla walk now. That's always fun. Ever see Godzilla? You watch the Japanese film, and you see Godzilla walking over New York City. You see him walking, and you see that pelvis moving, and you see the chest lifting. Okay, all right, and we're done with that. So we got your back, right? Okay, let's take this up into the neck a little bit more, and we'll just drop the chin into the suprasternal notch. If you lock that, it's called Jalandhara Bandha, okay, or chin lock.
You do it, you
and
clean
you
it
try,
up.
huh?
You do and you clean it up.
If you Jalandhara Bandha, you better clean it up. Okay, I got that. Well, there are three major bandhas, or binding of energy, and this is called Jalandhara Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and Mula Bandha. The locking of the sexual energy, the locking of the digestive energy,
What's
okay,
it
and,
called? What's this one called?
Uddiyana.
Uddiyana Bandha.
Uddiyana Bandha. What you're doing is you're locking the energy of digestion and assimilation. You're locking it in. Okay, and you can feel that when you do that. It's almost like the ribs get pulled together and you feel this tightening right here. But when we do the neck, we want to do Jalandhara Bandha. You take the chin down to the suprasternal notch, swallow, relax the throat, and then if you want, see what you can do to bring the chin right into that notch. See how far you can go with that. It's almost as though all of the elements in the throat are moving toward the back of the neck, right? Good, and bring the head up. So the head can also drop back, but with the head and neck, we like to go as far as we can, keeping the neck as long as we can, rather than just doing this. Instead, we want you to lengthen, lay the head back, look up, and at the very end, you can very gently drop your head back. So you're not compressing the neck. You continue to lengthen the neck as you lay the head back. And you breathe. And bring the head to an upright position. Now the head will drop over toward the right shoulder. You begin to feel a little stretch here on the left. And you can bring the head back up. And go over to the left. Keep the neck long. Just drop the head over as far as it will go. You don't have to be extreme. And come back to the center. And then if you turn to the right, you can drop your chin down toward the collarbone. And you feel a different stretch on the back of your neck. Bring the head to an upright position. Turn to the front. Turn to the left. Drop your chin down to the collarbone. Swallow, relax the throat as you do it. You'll drop over a little bit farther. Good. And bring the head up. Now we're going to turn to the right. And this time, with the head in this angle, we're going to drop the head back toward the left shoulder blade. Looking up. Lengthen the spine to help do that. And bring the head to an upright position. And if you would, turn to the center and then turn to the left. And this time we'll drop the back of the skull toward the right shoulder blade. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the neck as you do that. And bring the head to an upright position and turn to face the center. Good. Now if you drop your chin down toward the chest and you begin to roll the right ear toward the right shoulder, and then you lay the head back to look up, you begin to roll the head to the left, bringing the left ear over the left shoulder, and then you drop the chin to the chest. You inhale as you go to the right, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder, and while you lay the head back. And then you exhale as you take the left ear to the left shoulder and drop the chin down to the chest. So one more time. Inhale to the right and back. Exhale to the left and forward. And bring the head to an upright position when you're done. So it's a very gentle neck roll. It's not that violent thing that you see people doing. We're not taking our head and doing all these funny things, which a lot of people do, okay? And they get this crack and they go, oh, that feels so good. Well, I don't know if it's a good crack or a bad crack, so I'd rather we not do that. You can accomplish the same thing gently so that you're not really putting strain on the vertebrae when you do those things, okay? When you go in the opposite direction, you're using the muscles differently. You must be one of those people who cracks their neck.
No, I was married to one like that.
That's why he's
All
gone.
of a sudden you hear crack.
Yeah, right.
John, that's probably not good either, like, we used to do like this.
No, that's not a good idea. No, you want to make sure that everything is properly aligned as you move. Now, when you're young, when the body is warmed up, yeah, you can probably do it. But people get up out of bed and they're going, oh, I gotta stretch. And I just don't think that's a good idea. You know? Got it? So, give your body a chance to warm up. Hydrate the tissues. Open up the space between, that stiffness you get in the morning is because the body is not hydrated. You want to be able to open the spaces between the fascia so that fluids can get in there and hydrate the body. And once the body is hydrated, it's also lubricated so that when you make those movements, you're not pulling tissues apart in an unkind way. Okay, so you're really respecting the body. That's why very often if you've got pain, when you wake up in the morning, a little bit of movement, the pain goes away. Guess why? Because with the movement, you're beginning to lubricate, you're opening up those spaces between the muscles, between the fascia that covers all of the elements in the body. And the pain goes away, and everybody goes, well, my arthritis gets better every day, all I have to do is go for a little walk. That's what the morning constitutional is about.
What is the ACL that our high-priced quarterback just tore?
That's
Oh,
in the
no.
knee.
The knee?
Yeah.
Tore his knee?
Anterior crucial.
Cruciate ligament.
Ligament.
Yeah, it's in the knee. And when it goes, you're in trouble. You've got an unstable knee and a very painful one. Right, Janie? Right. She can tell you about it. You're a nurse.
I'm a nurse, but I don't have it.
You don't have it? No. No, but you can tell us about it. So you want to talk to her about that. You get
I
more
was just
information.
curious.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really bad. When you tear that ligament, you've got severe knee problems. Okay, so we got everything moving, right? Let's go ahead and do a little bit, huh?
But we have to do the other
We
side.
gotta go.
Oh, okay, see? I sort of thought somebody would notice. All right, would you drop your chin down to your chest? Would you take the left ear toward the left shoulder? Lay the head back to look up. Lengthen the spine as you do that. Take the right ear over the right shoulder. Drop the chin down toward the suprasternal notch. Once again, we're going to inhale as we go to the left, and we lay the head back to look up, and then we exhale as we go to the right, bringing the right ear over the right shoulder, and then dropping the chin down to the chest. One more time, we'll inhale to the left and back, and we'll exhale to the right and forward. And inhaling, bring the head to an upright position. All right, so while we're here, let's go ahead and work on the lower body a little bit more. We'll take the right leg forward. Would you please plantar flex the toes, plantar flex the whole foot, take the foot all the way down to the floor, if you can. Press out as much as you can. Feel the muscles of the arch lifting. If you have a cramp in time, those cramps will go away as we create more space for the arch to lift. The muscles that need to release will have the space to release into. Okay, and now what we're going to do is bend that knee, and we'll put the top of the foot against the floor and press down gently. Start pressing down gently, and then you can go a little more firmly, stretching the top of the foot and the front of the ankle. And then pulling the foot forward, keep the toes plantar flexed. Come as far forward as you can with the toes plantar flexed. Once there, press down gently. And if you can go more firmly, do. As time goes, you might feel that you can get a little more pressure there. And then coming out of there, we're going to go ahead and just move the foot around, move the ankle around a bit. And now we're going to once again plantar flex the foot, plantar flex the toes, and we're going to take the pointed toes, tap them against the left heel. We'll press the outside edge of the right foot down toward the floor, inverting the foot and pressing down in a controlled sprain. See if we can get more flexibility there in the muscle that would sprain if we suddenly tripped. So the idea is to get enough flexibility that if you should trip, the muscles will stretch and not fray. Good. Feels good, right? Wrong. It's good, right? Good. We're going to come out of there, move the foot around, move your toes. They'll be happy you did. And now keeping the foot flat against the floor, keeping the toes flat against the floor, slide the foot back, bending the toes right there where they join the body of the foot. Take the foot back as far as you can, keeping the toes flat against the floor. The toes start to lift like so again. Don't do it. Come only as far as you can go, keeping the toes, the whole toe in contact with the floor. Some people can go the whole way back, others of you can't. Don't worry about it. And now press down. We're going to go to the ball of the big toe, or the first metatarsal joint. Moving the heel forward will stretch the big toe. And then we'll go to the metatarsal joint of each toe. And pressing that joint down, we'll move the heel forward, trying to stretch the toe. So we'll do the second and the third. And we'll go to the fourth. And we'll go to the fifth. And when you're done, you'll just rock back and forth, taking one metatarsal joint at a time, down toward the floor, pressing it down, moving the knee, creating a little more flexibility in the metatarsal arch. Good. And now we'll step that foot out of there, move the foot around, get rid of any tension we might have created, and with the foot flat against the floor, lift only your big toe. Press the other toes down, lift the big toe. See if you can get that arch to lift by doing this. Really exercise that muscle. Lift as far as you can. Okay. Everybody's getting better. Look at that. All right. If you can't quite lift the toe, if you feel those muscles engaging, that's important right there. You don't have to go the whole way. If you can go the whole way, that's even better. And with time and effort, everybody can get there. Let's go ahead and drop that toe. We're going to do the second side. So take your left leg forward. All right, and we're going to start by plantar flexing the toes, and then we'll plantar flex the foot. See if you can take the foot all the way down to the floor with the knee straight. Reach out. Really get the arch to lift. Stretch the top of the foot by doing this. Get the arch to begin to lift a little bit. Good. We like this, right? All right. So we're going to go ahead now. We'll bend, and we'll put the top of the foot against the floor and press down gently. And then press as firmly as you can, comfortably. Okay? A little trick, if you want to get a deeper stretch through the ankle area, is to keep the foot glued to the floor and just try to move the knee forward, and you'll feel an even deeper stretch through the ankle area. So whatever's comfortable for you. Just getting the feet in all these weird positions is a good start, right? So let's go ahead and slide the foot forward, keeping the toes plantar flex. Press down gently and then as firmly as you can while the toes are plantar flexed. Good. And we'll come out of there and we'll just move the foot around. Get rid of all the tension. We'll plantar flex and dorsiflex and rock back and forth. Rotate, and then pointing the toes, once again, plantar flexing foot and toes. Take the pointed toes, tap them against the right heel, press the outside edge of the left heel down to the floor, invert the left foot. Good, and we're going to come out of there and move the foot around. With the foot flat against the floor, just go ahead and lift the heel. Keep the toes on the floor. We're dorsiflexing the toes when we do this. Press down as firmly as you can. Try to keep all of the toes flat against the floor. And then one toe at a time, starting with the big toe. Press the ball of the toe down, or the metatarsal joint, and stretch by moving the heel slightly forward. And work your way all the way across the foot. Sometimes you can't feel that joint against the floor, but intention counts. Eventually, with intention, things will begin to happen. First, you have to have the will to do something before it's going to happen. So really think about creating the intention of getting each of those down independently stretching each toe independently. And then when you're done, rock back and forth, taking one metatarsal joint at a time, pressing it against the floor as you move across the foot. Good. And we're going to come out of there. We'll move the foot around. We'll get rid of any tension we've created. The left foot is flat against the floor, and now you're going to lift only the left big toe. Do the best you can. Some people can do it, some people can't. Some people have to help. That's okay. Whatever gets you there. If you want to practice in a door frame, just put your big toe up the door frame, put the other toe on the outside of the frame. No, don't slam the door. It's going to hurt. All right, so we're going to drop that toe down. And now we're going to strengthen the muscle that helps to support the arch, and that's real easy. You just do a little toe tapping. Isn't that fun? Kind of a nice sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is air drumming? Does anybody know what air drumming is?
Like air
Air
guitar,
guitar.
air drumming?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's the cymbal. That's the hi-hat.
I don't know. I mean, that's something Beto O'Rourke does.
Oh, yeah, it was what you're saying.
Really?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, he was going to do a Who song, yeah.
It was. I'm going, what is air drumming? So that's right. You're right.
Air guitar, like air guitar.
Well, I didn't know any of that. Boy, am I silly.
Well, I play both.
You do. Are your muscles getting sore yet?
Oh, yeah.
Good. We'll stop, and we'll get a different band of those muscles by turning the feet out and tapping once again. Okay, you can feel the muscle right here, called the tibialis anterior. You can feel it working really hard. Huh? You can feel it begin to burn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's strengthening that muscle. Okay, and now we're going to stop that madness, and we'll get a different band of that muscle, a different part of the muscle by turning the toes in and tapping again. This is so boring. Right? This is horribly boring.
Not if you get your hips into it. Your whole body.
Little whole body stuff here.
Yeah, right. It makes it easier.
Okay, so I think we've probably done what we need to do with those muscles, right? So sit all the way back in the chair, if you would, please. Straighten the legs. Isn't that good? Look at that, everybody's getting stronger, right? This doesn't hurt at all anymore, right? Why are you shaking?
Nervous habit.
Nervous habit. Okay. Would you point your toes? That's plantar flexion. Press out there so hard, pull the toes in so hard that you feel like the legs are going to lift. Isn't that an interesting feeling? Yeah, now go ahead and draw the toes way back.
It's ballet.
It is indeed. But you feel how all of a sudden the energy just wants to roll up, right? Pull back. Oh, this is so good. You can feel this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and now what we're going to do is we are going to turn the toes, turn the feet in, face each other. We're supinating the foot. If you pronate the foot, you're going flat-footed, right? If you supinate, you can see the arch begins to lift. So really reach out there. Good. Come back to the center. And down you go. Shake the legs. I have a feeling they feel like they're alive. Boy, are they alive. Look out. Let's go to the left side of the chair, everybody. Take your left leg out to the side. Let's all face forward. We want to try and take the ASIS, that bone right here on the pelvis, to the inside of the right femur. So we're going to take the right ASIS forward. We're folding deeply right where the leg and the torso join. Coming forward, keeping the spine well aligned. If you can comfortably touch the floor, drop your hands down there, touch the floor. Otherwise, you can hug your leg. If you want to go farther, bend your right elbow. Hold on to the right wrist with your left hand. Press that arm back against the knee, the right knee. And see if you can free the hip and take the pelvic structure a little farther forward. Go as far as you can go comfortably. Breathe into the tension. If your body gives you more space, take advantage of it. If you're not perfect within the next 2 weeks, it's okay. Perfection is not all it's cracked up to be anyhow, right? Would you please bring your hands up onto your knee, everybody. Press down. Inhale, come on up. That won't last long. Okay, so we are going to find the spot halfway between the two feet. And hinging in the hips, we're going to come forward. Keep your hands on your legs if you want. If you can comfortably touch the floor, just let the arms drop down. Don't reach for the floor. Go as far as you can go comfortably. You're feeling the adductor on the left side. You may feel a bit of opening in the right hip. You probably are feeling the hamstring on the left side as well. Make sure that that foot is dorsiflex, the left foot, trying to keep the foot at least perpendicular to the floor. Try not to press down against that knee, but instead press the energy out from the hip into the heel. And then lengthening the spine, once again, reinforcing the alignment of the spine. Begin to walk your hands over to either side of the left leg. If your hands are on your legs, keep them there and just swing the torso over. Keep lengthening the spine as you go. Allow the left hip to release as much as possible. Try to keep the right knee back where it started. It wants to come with you a little bit. So put a little awareness back there and continue to fold forward. Go as far as you can comfortably. Good, and we're going to swing the torso now all the way back over to the right side. Bring your hands up onto your right knee. Press forward and down at the same time. Inhale, come on up. And then if you would, please bend the left. Step the left foot over to join the right. Shake the leg. And sitting back in the chair so that you're not going to roll out of the chair. Bring your left knee over the right knee. Bring the left foot up next to the right hip. Square the pelvis. Make sure both sit bones are comfortably placed on the chair. They will get light as you roll forward, but try to keep them in contact, both sit bones in contact with the chair as you fold forward. Once again, you're anteverting the pelvis. The rest of the torso, the entire torso comes with that structure. Good. Inhale, please come up. You can feel the abductor stretching on the outside of that left hip, right? And that's an important stretch. Let's go ahead and take that foot down. And while you're there, shake the leg. Okay, everybody's favorite pose. Let's go way over to the left side of the chair. Make sure that the left hip is off the chair so that when you drop the knee down toward the floor, it clears, the leg clears the chair. Okay? You don't have to put your knee on the floor. You just want to drop down toward the floor. If you can't hold on to the ankle, slide your foot back, pressing back to the heel until you feel a really nice stretch here on the quads. Those of you who can hold on to the ankle do. Drop the knee down toward the floor, keeping the spine erect. Allow the weight of the leg to pull that shoulder back and down. It's a nice shoulder stretch, right?
Toes are dorsal or plantar?
I have my foot, I try to keep my foot dorsiflexed so that the heel is prominent. So that when I'm trying to lift the foot behind me, I feel as though I'm pressing the heel up toward the ceiling as I'm lifting. And that kind of activates the muscles in a slightly different way. Okay? Try both. You'll feel a difference. You will feel a difference if the toes are pointed and plantar flexed, or if their foot is dorsiflexed. There's a difference in the movement. These are tough muscles, so the longer you can hold them, the more they can soften, the deeper the stretch will go. Good. And we'll swing the knee forward. We'll step the foot down. And we'll shake the leg. Second side, everybody. Let's go over to the right side of the chair. Take your right leg out to the side. Keep the foot dorsiflexed. Try not to allow the foot to roll forward like this when you come forward. Sometimes the foot wants to go like so. Don't do that. Keep the foot pointing straight up if you can. That's a little external rotation here in the hip. And now, if you would please fold, come forward over the left, taking the left ASIS to the inside of the left femur. If you can comfortably touch the floor, go ahead, drop the hands down to do that. Keep the torso well aligned. I find that putting pressure against the knee helps to release the hip, so bring your left arm, if you're ready to do this, if you can comfortably do it, bring your left arm to the outside of the leg, holding on to the left wrist with your right hand. Press the arm back against the knee. See if you can free the hip a little bit by doing that, and then fold forward a little bit farther. Pay attention to that right foot. Did it roll forward while you were doing it? Try to keep that foot pointing straight up. Sometimes people go into a spontaneous plantar flexion while they do this. So bring the foot back into the dorsiflexed position. Good. We'll bring our hands up onto the left knee, press forward, press down, inhale, come on up, and we'll find a spot halfway between the 2 feet. You can start with your hands on your legs if you'd like, or you can just go straight forward, taking your hands down to the floor if you're comfortable doing that. Try not to reach for the floor, but instead fold so deeply that when you just drop the hand down, it's touching the floor. Go as far as you can go. The key here is trying to keep a straight knee and maintaining a well-aligned spine. Fold, go as far forward as you can comfortably. You feel the hamstring stretching on the right. You feel the adductor stretching on the right. You might feel the abductor on the left. Go ahead now and swing the torso farther over to the right. If your hands are on the floor, walk them over until they're on either side of the right leg. If they're on your leg, keep them there. Make sure that you're not pressing down against the back of the right knee. So press the heel down to the point that you almost feel you're about to bend the knee, but don't let it bend. And then continue to fold in the hip. Pay attention to the right knee. It might have wanted to come forward a little bit, following you into the pose. See if you can just send that back a little bit, keeping the pelvis wide, keeping it open as you fold. Good. We're going to swing the torso now all the way back over to the left side. Your hands are on the floor, walk them over. Put your hands on your knees, everybody, on your left knee. Press forward, press down, inhale, come on up. And if you would, please bend the right knee. Step the right foot in, step the foot over to join the other foot, shake the leg. And now, making sure you're well positioned in the chair, you're not going to roll out. Bring the right knee over the left. And see if you can bring that foot up next to the left hip. Do the best you can. Try to get the knee directly on top of the other knee if you can. Get both sit bones positioned well on the chair, and then fold. Come on forward.
So if you can go farther one way than the other, does that mean that hip is looser? It's about the hip, right?
It's about the hip. Yeah.
Means the other one's tighter.
The other one's what?
Tighter.
Tighter, yes. Yeah, what we're trying to do is we're trying to get the bilateral structure to function identically side to side. That is a big order.
Yeah.
Okay? That's a very big order. So we're trying to balance a bilateral structure, which is not the easiest thing in the world. And inhale, come on up. And those little imbalances eventually are, at the core, at the center of the discomfort that we feel in our body.
Yeah.
Over time, it creates tension in what I call hot spots, right? We all have a hot spot. I have one in my neck where I have a whiplash injury. I have one in my wrist where the wrist just doesn't want to move the way the other one does. We all have it. We work with it. We try to balance it out so that eventually we get through life pain-free. We can still walk, we can talk, we can dance, we can do all. Yeah. So we just want to make sure that we have as much freedom in the body as we can create. All right, so that was good. We're going to do the other nice stretch now. I don't want to go away from this because I hear about it if I do. I have a conscience in every room that I teach in. Drop your knee down and then slide the foot back. Make the heel prominent. You'll feel how that really opens up that quadricep, especially if you press the heel back. That's a nice stretch. And this is an adequate stretch for the quad if that's what you want to do. If you keep the spine erect, you're going to get a deeper stretch because you're going to start to lift up into the abdominal area also. Okay? Those of you who can hold on to the ankle do, and drop the knee down once again. And again, make the heel prominent so you feel as though you're lifting the heel, pressing the heel toward the ceiling as you try to lift it behind you. The other way feels better.
In this area.
Yeah, it goes right into the psoas muscle as well. Just make sure that you keep lengthening so you're not compressing the spine. Good, and we'll swing that knee forward. We'll step the foot down, shake the leg. And we are really happy that's over. Right? Are we happy? All right. So let's do one big long stretch. We'll stand behind the chair. Make sure there's nothing behind you that you're going to walk into when we begin to stretch. So look behind you. Make sure there's nothing that you're going to run into. And then having the chair for a little support, begin to walk your feet back. Lengthen as you go back. Okay, now some of you, when you're bent at 90 degrees in the hip, will already be parallel to the floor. The head and neck will be in line with the arms. If you have long legs, you're really lucky. You get to drop even farther forward. You get a deeper stretch to start with. And once you've got the head and neck, torso, arms aligned, make sure you're not hanging in the shoulders. Make sure you're not swaying the lower back. Keep the abdomen strong. Keep the core of the abdomen engaged. Bend your knees. Go as deeply as you would like. Lift the tailbone so you feel a widening of the pelvis. As you do that, you feel the hips move to the side. And And then, maintaining that slight tilt that you created in the pelvic structure, straighten your legs. You'll deepen the stretch, going deeper into the hamstrings. Don't let the head hang. Keep it aligned with the arms. Keep it aligned with the torso. Press both hands down and begin to lift the torso as a unit, and then begin to walk forward so you're not rounding the spine as you come up. You're trying to keep the spine properly aligned as you come all the way out of the pose. Good. We'll turn the chair around to face us. Now, people with long legs have the advantage here. If balance is difficult for you, turn your chair in such a way that you've got the chair to help you, okay? Just in case you lose your balance, you can reach very quickly to the back of the chair. Those of you who have the chair facing you, that's fine. We start by finding balance, and we feel our feet on the floor. We want to try to balance the amount of weight going down to both feet. The heels, the balls of the toes are prominent. The arch, hopefully, is a little bit lifted. Good. Now try to balance the energy. Take the tension out of your hips, take the tension out of your back, take the tension out of your arms. Do whatever you can to reduce any hot spot that you feel in your body. Keep the eyes neutral. Please take the weight into your right foot. Great anticipation. Lift the left foot, place it on the chair. If you need the back of the chair for balance, don't hesitate to reach out, use it. There's a tendency to sort of hang in the hip of the standing leg. Try not to do that, but instead keep the alignment. And now you can feel the dynamism of balance. Feel the foot moving around, looking to find balance. The ankle is seeking balance. Good, and we're going to step the left foot down. Some people like to slam the foot down. That's okay. To the extent that you can control the movement and really step the foot down, you're doing a little bit more to stimulate better balance. Okay, so now we're going to take the weight into the left foot. Try not to hang in the left hip when you do that. And then thinking about maintaining the core, step the right foot onto the chair. You may feel more stable on one side than the other. Not unusual. Good, and we'll step that foot down. Step your left foot onto the chair. You can put your hands on your knee, it will help with balance. See if you can come up onto the right toes. And we'll go down. And once again, let's go up.
Any weight in this leg, in the left leg?
There is for me a little bit, yeah. As I press down on one side, I automatically press on the other.
Okay.
That's not unusual, I don't
Okay.
think. And we're going to go down. And let's try it one more time. Up you come. Helps to strengthen the feet, doesn't it? Go up as far as you can. It's also good for balance. And then we'll go down. Good. And step the left foot down. Step the right foot up. You can put your hands on your knee if you'd like. While you're there, first we find balance. And then come up onto your left toes. One side you may feel that you can go farther than the other. And down you go. And we'll come up. Go only as far as you can comfortably. If you want to challenge yourself, you can do that, but please be very careful. And down you go. And one more time, we'll come up. And down you go. Wow. And let's step foot down. Great. Turn the chair around. We're going to have a seat. This is the hard part. Close your eyes. Let your body breathe. Get out of the way. Thoughts may come. That's okay. Don't entertain them. Mother Nature is constantly busy creating impressions, feelings, thoughts, smells, tastes. It never stops. We tend to follow the senses. Our attention goes out. In meditation, we withdraw the senses. We withdraw the energy from the senses, and we turn the awareness inward. We find a single point within us that we concentrate our awareness on. That could be any point. The center of the forehead, the breath, the pulsation of energy in your heart, finding that single point of energy and focusing on it is called dharana. Concentrating focus of awareness on that point is called dhyana. Dhyan, when it came to Japan, became Zen. Same thing. Concentration of awareness on a single point. When you become one with that point, it is called samadhi. Now, would you please take your awareness to the breathing of your body? Bring your hands together in prayer position in front of your heart. Slowly opening your eyes, becoming aware of the room once again. Namaskar. We thank you all for coming. I'll see you guys in 3 weeks, I guess. Okay, we had a good lesson here. How many of you responded to the sound of the phone going off? You weren't meditating. You were following, you were allowing your senses to move outward.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So the idea is to stay focused.